Hello, how are you doing? Barnabas here. I hope you're doing well. Just a quick disclaimer before we move on. I am not a registered immigration agent. Whatever I'm going to share with you is just purely from my own experience or research. And so if you need the help of an immigration agent, please look for one. The video today is to answer this question. Someone asked, Barnabas, I am a nurse. I would like to move to Australia. How do I go about it? Nursing is the occupation that is in high demand, not only in Australia, but in most first world countries. Nurses will always be in the occupation shortage list. If you go to skill occupation list and type nurse and search, you will find a list of professions under nursing that they are looking for. There are over 20 actually. Scroll to the one that suits you and look for details. Quickly to note, there are 3 assessing authorities under nursing here. There is ANMC, there is Vet Assess, and there is TRA. So whoever wants to come to work in Australia, academic qualifications and work experience must be assessed to meet the standard of Australia. So that's why we have assessing authorities. So for example, if you're to be assessed as a mothercraft nurse, click that code. You can read the details of what they need. Here they will tell you they need a degree and work experience. For nursing, the English test is very high. Now let's go to one that is assessed by ANMSC. If you go in there, you will read the requirements. Occupation in this unit group have a level of skill commensurate with a bachelor degree or a higher qualification. Let's go back to the body that assesses that occupation, and that is Australian Nursing and Midwife Accreditation Council. In my understanding, this is where the big task is. Anyone who wants to work as a nurse in Australia must be registered with Nursing and Midwifery Board of Australia. You must be registered with this body before you do the assessment. So let's go in here and find out the requirements of registration. Scroll down to international applicants. The number of international qualified practitioners arriving to work in Australia is trending upwards towards pre-pandemic levels. Meet registration standards. This is for international qualified nurses and midwives. So before you apply and read down there, it says registration applicant must meet all registration standards and qualifications criteria in order to be eligible for registration without conditions or limitations. You need to provide us with evidence that you meet each of the 3. I want you to read this. The board has found that nursing and midwifery qualifications issued by education institutions in the countries listed below are likely to meet the requirements for criteria number 2. So if you're coming from these nations, you are likely to meet the standards. Now, number 2, qualification that may meet criteria number 2. The board has found that nursing and midwifery qualifications issued by education institutions in the countries listed below may meet the requirements of criteria number 2. So now we go to the third group of countries. Qualifications that are unlikely to meet criteria number 2. The board has found nursing and midwifery qualifications issued by education institutions in the following countries are unlikely to meet the requirements of criteria number 2. So you've seen that if your nation is in that third category, the board might deem your qualification as not meeting the standards. And so is there hope for you? I think there is. You can come and do a master's in nursing, and while you're doing your studies, you can also work on your registration. I promise you it won't be long. You will have your registration working as a registered nurse in Australia. If you're a registered nurse in Australia and you've come from one of the nations in the third category, let us know your experience. How did you do it? It's after your registration that you can go ahead and start applying to migrate to Australia. That's all I had for you today. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on TikTok. Till next time, my name is Barnabas, the son of encouragement. Bye-bye and have a lovely, lovely week. God bless you.